Welcome to another episode of Toxic Sarcasm Podcast. How's everyone doing out there? Hope you're great. Rockstar, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Are we on live?
We are being recorded right now. We are recorded. So I see you got the incognito mode going there, huh?
Yeah, I had some surgeries happen, so I'm playing incognito right now.
Always good to be incognito sometimes. So we're going to jump right into the point. What we got here is we're going to do a little top 10 list. We did one before. This one's a little different. Top 10 early dating red flags. I've had a lot of guys ask me, hey, what do I look for when I go out on a date? What are some things, some signs that I should be looking for that I should know it's a red flag? So made a list of the top 10. Got a couple here. So I'm going to start off with the first one. Gentlemen, you need to look for is flaky behavior. What I mean by flaky behavior is she often late? You'll find out in the first couple of dates, is she late for each one of those dates? She doesn't really have a reason. She makes up all kinds of stuff. Oh my God, I forgot my purse at home, forgot my debit card. She routinely changes plans. So if you guys were slated to go out to restaurant A and she texts you 10 minutes before and says, I want to go to restaurant B, things like that. And she does it over and over again. Definitely flaky behavior, doesn't keep promises, plays games. That is flaky behavior. And you have to watch out for that within early on dating, gentlemen.
Yeah, and when and I've heard this several times before. It's that the crazy hair colors, the reds, the blues, the greens, the yellows, all these crazy colors. They're either screaming for attention or they had mommy and daddy issues. So they're definitely probably not somebody you want to spend too much time on.
No, and I see a lot of those colored hair girls. They're feminist, they're modern day feminists, and they're men haters. They're men bashers, and they really just don't like us guys. So yeah, the guys stay away from the wild colored hairs.
The wild colored hairs. Yes.
What's some examples? I know we're gonna get some girls that ask, what's considered wild colored hair? What's some examples of wild color?
Here's the thing too. I if you can pull it off, I actually like red, but you've got to be able to pull it off. If you can't, you can't pull off too many hair colors, crazy hair colors like that. But I think anything other than blonde, brown, your natural colors are crazy. I mean, you get blue, green, purple, red, but red would be an exception if you can pull it off.
Yeah. Now, I mean, you got some of like the, what do they call it? The highlights, it's not the full head being dyed one color.
I mean,
you got the highlights. I mean, that's kind of understandable, but if you go out with a girl and she's got full neon green hair, that's probably a problem.
So, a red flag and throw it.
Yeah. She looks like she's definitely toxic with that green hair for sure. All right, moving on here. This one is actually big with a lot of guys that I talk to, and I've seen it personally. If a woman has multiple tattoos, multiple piercings. Now, the word I said, pay attention, gentlemen, is multiple. If she's got one or two, got her name small on her wrist or something like that, no problem. But if she's got, her whole body tattooed, her face, her neck, huge dragon on the back, or, the whole thing covered, it's usually a big red flag.
And I've always said too that, I don't mind girls with tattoos, but once they cover their entire body,
right,
they lose that feminine look. They lose that sexy look. They lose. I mean, women have the best skin in the world. I mean, the smoothest, just the nicest looking skin. And when they cover it up and you can't see it, it's like now you've even lost not even lost that chance.
Absolutely. That's like if you had a Lamborghini and put bumper stickers all over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would you want to do that? And a good point you brought up is that they lose their femininity.
Mm-hmm.
And from the beginning of time, men were mostly the ones that got tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Even back in the days with tribes, it was a tribal thing to show,
Right.
hey, this is the tribe I belong to. This is the tattoo of the faction of the group that I belong to. It's always been a more masculine tribal thing. So yeah, you're right on that. Women do lose their femininity when you see their entire bodies covered.
Yeah, it's a
But
shame.
the most infamous ones that they have, I read a couple surveys, and a lot of guys will say that, of course, the infamous tramp stamp. You remember the one on the lower back?
Yeah, I mean I think that's just I don't know who made that up, but I mean
Well, I think
call
it
it
was
what you want. I don't know how they got that name out of it, but
I
I
think
mean
it
I
was
get it, but
from a lot of guys that experience bad situations with women with that tattoo. But what I talked to, a lot of people say the tramp stamp has moved around now to the front, and it's the right under the breast.
oh my God, they're all tramps.
Yeah.
So now if a chick's got a tattoo, you're just a tramp. They're gonna just keep moving it around. So girls, if you got a tattoo, you're a tramp.
Well, possibility. I mean, if you're not, then don't act that way. But
I just don't get that. I don't know why. I mean, who made that up? Who made up if a girl's got a tattoo above her ass crack that it's a tramp stamp?
like I said, I think it was a group of individuals that experienced bad situations with women.
I
Now,
mean, unless she's got arrows pointing in her butt crack or whatever crack and says slam here, then I mean that would be a tramp stamp. But I
you
mean a
want to know what?
tattoo on your back, I don't know about all that.
Yeah. Well, it's a good indicator. I think a lot of people will see that some of those women got some kind of issues if their entire body's covered, because they could have an addictive personality where they can't give up the tattoos. I hear a lot of women say that they get a dopamine rush from getting the tattoos, and they get addicted to it. They can't stop. And essentially that means that she
So,
has, an addictive personality, and she's probably going to be addicted to things that aren't good.
so what happens when she's covered in tattoos? You start opening her up.
Yeah, she's going to have to do. Yeah, then they do inside the lip,
inside
inside the lip.
inside inside your coochie.
I mean, I guess they could. I guess maybe that's a new one. But
I haven't seen it yet, but maybe, hopefully, ladies, if you've got a tattoo on the inside of your lip, I want to see it.
yeah, for sure. But closing up on this one here, there was a survey that I seen taken by 1,000 guys they surveyed, and they said the biggest red flag tattoo to look out for on modern women is a tattoo on the foot. So they said that 1,000 guys they interviewed, they
A
said
tattoo on the foot or a tattoo of a foot?
on the foot, tattoo on the foot. So it could be whatever, but 1,000 guys they surveyed, and they asked them, what is the biggest red flag tattoo that you've seen on women and had bad experiences with? And 1,000 of those guys said that a tattoo on the foot was a
Wow.
huge red flag.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
So
going to have to go out and do that survey too. See what we come up with.
I know a couple. I can name 5 off the top of my head right now, and they are all bad news bears. So what do we got next here on the list?
Well, these are moms with multiple kids and multiple baby daddies. A good indicator that will bring baggage. So if you've got multiple kids by multiple baby daddies, you're going to have some baggage, because you'd like to think that those baby daddies are in those kids' lives. So that means you have to deal with multiple ones. And then you've got the stepdads.
If she says she's a single mom, it's a red flag.
She's a single mom with multiple babies, multiple baby daddies, and then you've got the stepdad. So you've become the ATM of somebody else's children, and you've got tons of baggage. But usually, and I think we talked about this with somebody else, but when is it that the girl should tell you, hey, I've got 4 kids by 4 different dudes?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that should be right away, because I don't want to waste my time. If I'm out looking for somebody, I think the first thing you should tell me is, or, I'm not, as soon as we look, whatever, but that night you should tell me that you have 4 kids by 4 different dudes. Right. Because I want to make the decision how much time I want to waste on this.
Yeah. Yes. Some men would like to be told. And I'll throw a little stat I actually just found, so you might find this interesting. I just found on single moms here, actually, that 60% of single moms that have children out of wedlock, those children are had with multiple men. 60%.
I mean,
60% of single moms that have children out of wedlock, those children are with multiple guys.
I don't think people care anymore.
Yeah, it's a big problem. Specifically with these females, and out of those, 30% of those pregnancies, the man that's with her is not the actual father.
And then you get into the stepdaddy, and the stepdad doesn't have any money, so he's not only mooching off her, but she's mooching off the 4 other guys that are paying child support, or he is.
Well, the 30% stat comes from, if she's laying in the hospital and claims that it's your baby, 30% of the time it's not your kid.
It seems awfully low.
Yeah, like I said, that's probably, like we say all the time, that's probably just the ones that admitted it. But
do you still burn your mailbox on Father's Day and then get a new one the next day?
Do I burn the mailbox? I don't even have a mailbox anymore. I got rid of it.
Father's Day kept ripping it off the wall.
So yeah, that's not a good one. So yeah, single moms is a red flag. They bring, like he said, they bring baggage. You might have to deal with a baby dad. There's just all kinds of, it's a good indicator.
Well, let me ask this too. I mean, do women just get with dudes, and are they that naive that they just say, oh, I'm gonna be with this guy forever, and I'm not gonna protect myself from having a kid, and I'm on my 2nd one, let's try for who cares if I have a 3rd one? I'm still in high school or in college, and I'm trying to make something myself. Who cares if I have another kid? What the hell's wrong with people?
Yes. So a lot of modern day women, they don't care, like you said. And I've actually spoke to a few of them.
And now for a 4th? I mean, wouldn't you learn by the 2nd one?
You would think, right? You would think. I've spoken to a couple of them, and they've actually said that, we will go and have kids with multiple baby dads because that's more income we can get.
No, but it's not anymore. They stopped that. So you can have 1 or you can have 51. You're not getting any more money for the one.
They stopped it. They stopped that all over.
I don't know about every state, but I thought it was throughout, but it's here. You got 1 or 51 kids. You're only getting paid for 1.
I'm sure in the leftist states, they have not stopped that. I can bet you. Yeah, I've had multiple moms, and this is over the last few months. I've had them tell me that's why they do it. And that's a shame.
Scumbag.
Yeah, but they have, especially in these leftist states, they have the government just giving the mothers money. They keep having kids, and then it's most of the dads is numerous baby dads that are bad news guys, and they leave, and then they have the government to take care of them. So they figure, why not? We'll just have another kid.
fest every.
They say if the dad leaves, we'll just get someone else. But
If dad leaves, we'll just put the government in this place.
That's exactly it. And that's a big problem. So yeah, single moms. I'll go to the next one here. So the next red flag, gentlemen, to look out for early on in dating is if, say you're out on the date or your guys are hanging out or whatever, she talks about her ex all the time. She can't stop talking about her ex. That is bad news. So, if she's saying that he was a cheater, he was a liar, or just blatantly talking bad about him, you need to run away from that. She's probably alpha widowed, can't get over him, or she's quite possibly projecting. If she's saying that he cheated, she more than likely cheated, and she's just trying to project that information. So
she messed up, and now he split, and she's not over him yet.
Exactly. So if you did get in a relationship with her, you're going to be the rebound guy.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably going to end up cheating on you and going back to the ex. So
once a cheater, always a cheater.
That's right. And what do we got there next?
Talks about her ex.
Yeah, we just did that. So we're on number 6 here.
Oh, we're has guy friends. She has most likely either slept with or these guys, or they want to sleep with her. She may be keeping them around for validation or a shoulder to cry on. Definitely wants to sleep with her if he hasn't already. So we were talking about this the other day, where when the last video that we just posted, that these girls were saying in the bridal party that were saying that, oh, we have a friend, but no, I've already been with him, but he's my best friend, and we wouldn't do that, or we all hang out with him, or whatever. So there's something there that they feel I think they do it to either try to keep a guy in check, or just to try and aggravate a guy. I don't know the real reason, but it's not a good one. You don't, if you're a woman, if you're a real woman and you are with a guy and you continually have guy friends that you go out to lunch with all the time, that you meet up with for drinks all the time, or you would not want me to do what you do.
No, absolutely not. When the shoe's on the other foot.
Nothing good coming out of that situation.
Yeah, it's a double standard. Guys and girls can't be friends. There's always one of them that wants more out of the other, or normally women benefit out of that, especially if they're not giving sex to that guy. They're still benefiting by getting validation and attention. And more than likely, she's got a couple of guy friends, and she's probably got about 5 of them.
Well, especially if she's not really that good looking too, and she's hanging out with a good looking guy.
Oh, absolutely.
Then she's like, and when you go back to validation, or you go back to just wanting somebody to see you with somebody that's good looking or whatnot. But I think that has a lot to do with it too.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, they'll want to make themselves feel better. If they've got a good looking guy and say they're a 4 or 5, yeah, they'll want to make themselves feel better by, going around with him for sure. But yeah, guys, if she's got a lot of guy friends, run away from that. Like he said, that's
far away.
That's a big no, because she's going to end up probably hooking up with those guys, or something you don't want to deal with.
It's not a good situation to be in.
No. So let's move on here. We've got what you guys want to look out for next is 7, masculine behavior. So if you're talking to the woman and she says, I'm a boss babe, I'm a boss bitch, I'm independent, I don't need no man. That's like this modern day feminist talk. And she's going to be very
might be a lesbian.
Well,
or a bi.
She very well could be. But Adam, just masculine behavior is a no-no. Women are supposed to be feminine. Men like feminine women. If men wanted masculine, they would probably date men. Oh, I mean, it's that easy.
Well, now here's the thing, though. And I've said this before. Don't get me wrong. There are some women that can wear no makeup and look hotter or better than some women with makeup. Well, so that's another thing you have to be good enough to pull off. Not too many women can pull that off, but as long as she's still feminine, which anyway, but no, there's some women that can pull that off.
Well, the makeup's more of an appearance thing. I'm here referring to just behavior.
Oh yeah,
all around behavior. So masculine behavior, like I said, if she's going around saying, I'm this boss bitch, and I don't need a man, I'm independent, all that, she's just going to be argumentative. She's
like that.
Constantly going to be fights.
I got the rear end to my other car on the bed of my truck, and I'm driving this thing around, but let me take this food over to my buddy's house. I got a flatbed, and I'll get it over there.
Well, if she's got a flatbed, that's probably kind of masculine. That could be, but
I think that just happened like a couple of weeks ago.
Could be, but yeah, guys, you want to stay away from that masculine behavior. That's not good.
She drives up in a Bubba truck.
Yeah, she drives up in a
no AC.
Yeah, she drives up in a big masculine manly truck. I don't know. You might want to question that. Let's move on to number 8. What do you got there?
Oh man. Oh god, here we go. Daddy issues. Real father was not in her life and had a relationship with father. Or had a relationship with her father. She will more than likely not respect men and be very promiscuous. So yes. Yeah, I mean, if you've not had a father in your life and you've not had that side to grow up with, then why would it also depends on the mother too, because there are some good women out there that, whether the father's not in the life or maybe he's passed away or what the case may be, but some women out there will say, hey, yes, your father loves you, he's doing this or doing that, and if he does come around. But then there's the opposite where they trash talk. So it not saying that the father not being there but being talked good to is any better, but you still got to be in their life. But not having a father in your life could be really make you treat men the wrong way.
Right, because they don't have that structure from the male in their lives. If the guy wasn't around, they're not going to see what it is like to respect a man. And then on the flip side, a father's not there to show her how to vet, to find a good guy or how to treat a guy. Mm-hmm. So not having that father around is usually a big thing. And even if you look into psychology, they'll say, that's where it comes from, daddy issues. If you don't have a father figure in your life, then you're probably just not going to respect a man. You're going to treat him like trash, and you're going to think that you can just go guy to guy, treat him like garbage, and he's disposable. So
Ben, not saying this is a total red flag. You got to take it case by case. There still are respectable people out there brought up the right way and told the right things by one parent or the other. So this could more be just have your guard up a little bit.
Yeah, of course you might have your outliers, but the majority, and like I said, this is statistically through psychology, the majority of women, this even goes for guys and girls that don't have a father in their life, they usually have some kind of dating issues, growing up. Right. So like I always say, the father is there to keep the males out of jail and to keep the girls off the stripper pole. Yep. So that, having a father,
keep the babies out of the belly.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you got a good father there. He's going to be watching you and make sure you're not doing stupid stuff. So that's a big thing. So the next one, this should be a huge red flag for any guy. If she's got an unkempt body, so if she doesn't take care of herself, For instance, she's kind of fishy down there. You got that fishy odor when you take those pants off. It's probably a red flag. She's probably got some health issues, or she's riding that old cock carousel. And you want to watch out for that. You know, and just her appearance, especially if it's the first time she's meeting you. If she didn't put some effort in to make herself look nice, do her hair, her make sure her teeth aren't bad. Bad teeth could indicate drug use. Um, and it also you pretty much it indicates that she's probably lazy. If she's not willing to put some effort in. I mean, look at us men, what they expect us to do when we go on a first date. They expect us to pick them up and hold the door, look nice, and smell good and pay the bill. They have a whole list of things if you ask them what a man is supposed to do on a first date. All we ask them to do is
smell good. Look good and smell
good. That's it. Show up but
show up. Back to number 2, show up on time.
Or show up on time. Yeah. So if she comes, and another thing about that too, if it's a first date, if you see her pictures online and she's looking good, she's real thin, and she shows up and she's not looking good and no longer thin, probably overweight, that's a red flag because she's kind of lying. She's hiding things.
Yeah.
So you want to watch out for that. I mean, those kind of women, they're more than likely lazy. You're going to end up being their butler. You're going to end up waiting on her hand and foot, and she's going to want you to take her as she is. She's never going to try to improve on anything.
Yeah.
So, watch out for that, guys. Red flag for sure.
Yeah, and then we've got the last one here, addicted to your phone. If a girl, if she does, I mean, girl, woman, lady, whatever you want to call yourself. I mean, if you don't have a business that you're running and you're constantly on the phone, you're either doing one of two things. You're either talking to multiple guys, you're on social media, you're trying to set up other things. That's a red flag. Right. Because you don't, I mean, if she doesn't have the time to stop for a minute while you guys are out having a good time, then she's not worth taking out and spending any time with.
Right.
Period. End of story. If you're going to be on your phone, get a taxi, get an Uber, get out of here. I'm going to finish my dinner and you can go talk on your phone walking down the road.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's just downright disrespectful. That's
absolutely.
It's disrespect. I mean, if we did it on a date, they would be telling their friends, they'd be telling anybody that listen to them. Oh, I went on a date with this guy. He was on his phone the whole time. I mean, it's downright disrespectful. We're wasting, or we're taking our time out of our day to spend with them. And, they're wasting our time being on the phone. So,
and that's what that's what I tell girls, or any girl. I'm like, you know what? Just don't waste my time. If you're not interested, if you don't want to do it, that's fine.
Right.
Don't waste my time.
Right.
Because eventually you're going to lose the friendship that you could have had, or you're going to lose somebody that cared about you, that looks out for you, or, whatever the case may be. You're going to lose that.
Right.
Just because you've wasted their time.
Right. Now, when you say friendship, you mean friends with benefits, right?
No, not even necessarily that. I mean, it could be.
You're friends with girls?
Huh?
You're friends with girls?
I got friends. I got girls that are friends.
And you're not getting anything out of them?
Well, that's a different show. You got to pay for that one. If you want that information, you better start putting up the monetization.
Yeah, like I said, guys and girls can't be friends. If you're not getting something out of them, they're getting something out of you, and that's just how they are. And it's a damn shame. But I've got a couple of mentions here that didn't make the list, but they're actually pretty good. So we'll run over them real quick. This should be a big red flag to anybody. And you might not be able to tell this one unless maybe you're a therapist, a psychologist, or if you've had a partner in the past. Mental issues. So more than likely, I've had some girls that have told me on a date, or I've had guys that have told me the same story.
You have had guys on when you were on a date with a guy that told you this story?
No. You're I've talked to guys that have went on dates with girls,
Okay.
and they said that the girls have said, "Hey, we are bipolar. We've got borderline personality disorder."
Run.
Right. So, if you're not going to be able to fix them, gentlemen. You're not going to be able to fix that.
Not even with medicine.
No. She might be excellent for a short term.
That shit crazy.
Yeah. She's probably gonna end up stabbing your pillows and strangling you at night in your sleep, or
gonna be one of those John Bobbitts.
Oh God, jeez. Whew, that's not good. Yeah, that right there.
You see a bunch of pill bottles popping out for lithium and crazy people. Run.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of those people with those issues do take lithium, it seems. That seems to be something that doctors prescribe to a lot of them. What we got next on that list? This one's pretty funny.
I mean, that's all we got.
No, actually, after mental issues, there's another one there.
Oh, multiple pets.
Yes.
Multiple pets, cat lady, having a lot of animals, and she talks about her animals all the time. But you know what? I could see. What else does this say in here? Smell and I mean, yeah. I don't mind pets. If you keep your place clean. But I mean, to me, because I've had 2 Dobermans,
right,
and those 2 were my kids, and I either if anybody asked or I always talked about my dogs, but yeah, there's a time and a place for it.
Right.
But this is probably more saying somebody that talks about it continuously, and that's the only conversation you have throughout dinner.
Yeah, it's being obsessive.
Yeah, it might be. You might want to step back a little bit.
Being obsessive. That is yes. So a lot of these, I got these are from surveys and people that have said what they've noticed, the top red flags, from hundreds of people. And basically what it said in regards to this is if it's excessive talk about the dogs or cats or whatever they have.
Or it's an excuse, or they use it as an excuse. Oh, I gotta go because I gotta let my dogs out or my cats out, or I gotta. It can be used as an excuse, and then that's another red flag.
Yeah. It just becomes excessive, and you end up becoming a second priority, almost like she's a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
So
with 4 kids and 4 different baby daddies.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give you a funny story here. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this one, but I was on a date with a girl one time, and she had one of those dog cameras when it's on, like there's like a food bowl, and you can remotely send out treats.
Oh yeah,
from your phone, and then it has a doggy cam on it, right?
Okay.
Well, she was so obsessive over her dog, she kept checking it and kept showing me pictures of her dog, and kept checking the camera and was shooting it out treats and wanted to get me to come over to meet the dog and all this crap. It was at the point where it was so annoying.
And you know what? I think a lot of that, and you could probably put a lot of that with something new that's out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, they like their animals, and I'm just kind of being a devil's advocate here, but
yeah,
it's almost like it could be one of those things like when something new comes out and you get it for the first time, like when the iPhones came out and you're on it and you're like, oh, this is cool,
right?
You could contribute some of that to, okay, I've got a new item I can play, and it's with the first
Oh, understandable.
Person that matters in my life is my dog. So that makes it even worse when you got something new that you can play with your animal, and you can use them for an excuse. Then it doubles and triples the problems.
Yeah, this situation, it was over a multiple times throughout seeing her. She kept doing them with the dogs. It was nothing to the dogs. And I ended up talking to other people that knew her, and they said she talks about her dog constantly. So it wasn't just me. Apparently she does it with everyone. And I don't know. I don't know if she's got some kind of insecurity or some kind of emotional issues or whatever it was. I cut that off real quick.
Yeah.
So
sometimes you just got to let things go.
Absolutely.
And guys, just don't waste your time. I mean, if you see something going nowhere, depending on what you're looking for, if you're looking for a relationship, or if you're looking for friends with benefits, or every situation's different. But for the younger guys out there that are maybe trying to get into relationships or don't waste your time. If it don't let some girl tell you, well, let's see how it goes, time will tell, this, that, and the, then they're just putting you out on the clothesline to just dangle there until either something doesn't happen or they want to hang out with you. So don't give them the benefit of the doubt of stringing you along, and move on to the next one.
Right.
And do your thing, live your life.
They're trying to keep you on the old proverbial back burner.
Yeah.
Like I talked to with Sean, and we did one on friend zone. If she tries to friend zone you or put you on the back burner, don't do it. If you want to stay in contact and send her a message every now and then, that's cool. But don't waste your entire time. Don't make her your one and only. Don't put her on a pedestal. She's gonna waste your time.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna be like a vampire and just suck away all your energy.
You only live once. Go live it.
That's right. That's right.
Just go do your thing and worry about yourself. Make yourself happy.
Absolutely.
Worry about other people.
So I've got one last thing on here that you've might have had girls ask you this before as well. If you're on a date or you're hanging out, whatever, and they ask you, how much do you make or what do you do?
Oh, God.
Yes. So, I mean, this should be common sense that she's trying to dig up information, find out how much money you make, what's your status in life. But most of them will do it because, like I said, they're trying to check the status. And most of the women that ask this, they're usually low value women. Mm-hmm. They don't really have much going on, and they're looking for a guy to take care of them.
Dude, I get that on every after like a hey, how you doing? What you up to? What do you do for a living?
Right. Yeah.
I work at the ice cream stand down the street.
Yeah.
Is it okay? What do you do for a living?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I cut hair. Do you get that a lot?
Yes.
Yeah, cut hair. I think every girl in America cuts hair now. Yes. Or every girl in the world cuts hair now.
Yeah, they're on like cosmetology, cutting hair, or they're hair and makeup or nails. One of
designer.
Oh God.
Model.
Jeez. Oh, they're models.
Publix.
Yeah. I'd probably be more apt to
go after that one.
To date the girl that was the cashier at Publix than I would that 9 or 10 Instagram model.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, that 9 or 10
only had one job so far in 15 years. One model job. It was for a toothbrush.
Yeah, an Oral-B commercial, and now she's a model because she had one modeling job. Or what's even funnier now is if they post pictures on Instagram, they'll say they're a model.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of can't say that's your profession if you're not making money.
If you're not getting paid.
Yeah. So, ladies, you need to check yourself here with these lies because You're not a boss bitch if you ain't got any employees.
And that's the thing. It's so obvious. They've made it so obvious to read right through everything they write, say, and talk about. You can read right through every single piece of it.
Well, I think that guys that realize what female nature is, I think they can, but you've got a lot of guys out there still that just don't get it.
Or don't want to get it. Or trying to get it, but don't get it.
One of the two, yeah. And there's just still so many guys out there that I can't believe guys in the United States are still getting married. That still boggles my mind.
Well, they have been talking about that the reduction of marriages and kids being born.
Yeah.
In the year lately has reduced significantly.
Absolutely. And I think that is a cause of this modern day feminism. It's dividing people. You've got a lot of these women that are made to
they're all online.
Yeah.
Especially the younger one. I mean, like we've talked about before, what guy wants to go date a girl that every guy's seen online naked or half naked?
Yeah, well, that's empowering. That's empowering to them to post nude photos online. It's empowering. Their body, their choice.
To women?
Yeah, it's empowering to women.
But it's not empowering to a man.
Yes.
Man thinks you're sloppy Joe.
That's the big problem is women don't realize women don't realize what men actually want. They
don't know what they want unless we tell them.
They don't know what they want. Yeah. They can't even decide what they want to go, to eat for lunch or dinner. But yeah, they just don't get that. They're looking for a guy with a future, and we are looking for a girl without a past. We don't want a female that has been posting a bunch of nudes online or been in, on videos with other guys or you name it.
Milk
We're not looking for a promiscuous past.
Most wanted poster.
Yeah. We don't want that, ladies. So, you can go ahead and be empowered and do what you want.
Go ruin yourself. You ain't getting nothing.
Right. It's going to be tough for you to find a long-term relationship with a guy once you've done that. I mean, of course, you're going to find a guy, but you know what he's going to be? He's going to be a beta blue-pilled simp.
He's going to be your
he's going to be a simp. And what's going to happen is that she's going to get sick.
He's going to be your pimp.
Yeah, she might have a pimp, but they don't need pimps now because they're strong and independent.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes, yeah. So she might, if she does find a guy after doing that kind of stuff, he'll be a simp and she'll get sick of him and she'll say, I'm bored of him, and she'll end up cheating or wait for a couple of years, get some things out of him and divorce him. I mean, it's all these women are the same now.
If that's the best you can do, God bless you.
Yeah.
If you want to be a piece of shit, God bless you.
Right. Yeah.
Knock yourself out, literally.
Yeah. I just read another statistic since we're on this with the divorce, that the average marriage lasts about 8 years now. So a lot of guys are saying it's long enough for them to get things, to have a guy pay for their schooling and have a guy buy them all this stuff. And
but
then
you said it's okay. Okay.
Then they get a divorce, and the average marriage is about 8 years. That's what I've seen statistically. So
and it probably depends on how long they need to be married to a guy to get to that level of what they want. Because
that could be.
Sometimes it's like if you're with somebody for a year, you would get I guess it all depends on how much money they have too. But if a guy's got money, usually if he's smart, he'd have in there that you would get X amount of dollars if you're with me for this long, or if you get X amount of dollars if you have a kid with me, you get. So
and I do believe
1, don't get married, 2, don't have kids, and 3, sign a prenup.
Right. I mean, I don't think you should get married at all, but if you You're
I don't think
stupid enough
anybody should
to.
get married.
There's no benefits for men to get married these days at all. Maybe if you go to another country and find one of those respectful women, go for what you know. But these Western women now, these modern Western women, absolutely not. Do not marry them, gentlemen. Do not give them your time or your money. If you're lucky enough to find a diamond in the rough, by all means, do what you got to do. But you need to vet them very, very good before you jump and take that
You go
plunge.
to another country.
Yes,
You want the
absolutely.
trash in this country.
And speaking of that 8 years, isn't common law marriage usually 7 or 8 years?
It depends on where you live.
Yeah,
I think where you live, it's 7, but where I
I
live,
believe
they don't
so.
recognize it, so it doesn't matter.
Well, see that's perfect for a woman. She waits 8 years, so she waits till the common law kicks in, and then
Yeah.
she says, "Oh, I'll give him one more year so it doesn't look too suspicious."
Yeah.
Works right there.
Oh, trust me. I checked into it.
Yeah.
It's coming up on 8 years, 7 years, and I talked to my lawyer, and so I was good.
Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't see living with someone in the same home for that many years. I just I don't know.
I just can't think of the idea of something going wrong and a woman actually doing that.
Yeah.
But it happens.
Here's a thought that just came to me actually. One more thing that guys you can actually vet for. If a woman's probably not going to tell you her body count, but a lot of times us guys, we can kind of meet a woman and find out if she's been with a bunch of guys. If you talk to her over a few days and she's mentioned Kyle and Kevin and John, and you can kind of put together in your head, she's probably been with all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a statistic that's very important. A lot of these women go around and they say, well, men can sleep with whoever they want. We should be able to do the same. Okay.
Well, you can.
They can. Yes. They can do whatever they want.
The consequences are different.
Exactly. There are consequences. And here is one of them. A new study has shown that if you are a female and you sleep with more than 5 guys, more than 5, your chance at a happy marriage goes from 80% to 25%. So, ladies, if you sleep with more than 5 guys and you get married, you just went from 80% to 25%. You're going to have a horrible marriage.
The chances of you getting divorced are probably 25, or pretty good. 75% chance you're going to get divorced.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Or something's going to happen.
So the chance of a happy marriage. So if you only been
okay.
If you've only, so let's say, for example, she's only been with 1 or 2 guys. She's got an 80 to 90% chance of having a good, happy, long-term marriage. Now, the more people she sleeps with, the less likelihood that marriage is going to be happy and long-term.
That's why everybody gets divorced nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about that. 5 guys.
And it's actually a shame. It's kind of hypocritical, I guess. If I want to be a devil's advocate here, it's kind of hypocritical because, I mean, I get what you're saying as far as what used to happen back in the day, the old days, this, that, and the other. But we're all trying to be equal and have equality, but it's different if a guy sleeps with 35 chicks and a girl sleeps with 5 dudes. I'm good, but the chick's gonna have a shitty relationship.
Well, that's statistics. That's what the numbers have shown with.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
So, ladies,
but it also comes down to biology.
Stop.
Yeah. Since the beginning of time, men have been biologically programmed to procreate. Our animalistic brain in the back of the head, which we still have, has always have men to be procreators, to plant that seed and to go somewhere else, plant the seed again. Mm-hmm. But as we talk about,
that's what my surgery was about.
If you have a woman that you're married to, a long-term spouse, you can go cheat on her and still love her. that other woman you cheated with doesn't mean anything.
Guys don't have to have feelings to have sex.
Exactly. That's just one more old notch in the belt, and then we come back to our wife.
Why do you think they call us dogs? Why do you think they call guys dogs? Because you look out there and you see this dog humping this other dog, and they go on their merry way.
It's funny. Yeah, exactly. The dogs just hump, and then they go on about their day. Go, chasing the mailman or whatever they do.
I mean, you might be able to find a good one once in a while, but you find one, you better strap it down, because there ain't too many good guys left.
No, you do have your outliers. And here's another thing about that. If these ladies do find a guy that's not going to go around and cheat on them, is going to be faithful, she's going to get bored of him. Statistically, it shows that the ladies want a guy that is able to cheat, but he doesn't cheat. It's more attractive.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, they can find one to cause friction in your relationship without cheating, but still make it interesting to where they want to stick around. So, guys, make your relationship interesting by being an asshole, but just don't cheat. And you may find a good woman that hasn't slept with more than 5 guys that you can trust. And hey, you might have a good relationship. Who knows?
Yeah. If you find a woman that has been with less than 5 guys in the United States, God bless you.
So it's just in the United States? What if they banged a couple dudes in every country in the world?
No, I'm saying if she lives in the United States, she's programmed with this Western agenda.
So now we program these broads?
They're programmed by propaganda and media, social media. They all act the same. They're all programmed, and they don't understand how programmed they are today. They just go about, listening to all this Cardi B and this rap, and all they know how to do is twerk and eat hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's
and they wonder why guys are assholes. I mean,
It's cause and effect, because
I'm acting like an asshole because of you. Right. You make me act like an asshole.
You know how many, and I'm sure you know a lot of guys as well, how many guys have been genuine, all around, loyal, great guys, and they've had one woman or multiple women that they were in love with screw them over. And they've realized, hey, I need to turn red pill, or I need to be an asshole to be able to get a woman now.
Yeah.
They're not doing it because they want to. Most men are doing it because they have to. I guarantee you.
I've said the way I am is because of you. That's right. That's why I am.
Now, I guarantee you there is probably 90% of men, if not more, want a genuine woman to love, to go out with, to go on trips with, to have that Netflix and chill that night, just watching a movie,
just to be able to hang. There doesn't have to be a caption on it.
Right.
Just a woman that you can count on, trust, and hang out with.
Yes. Genuine companionship.
Genuine girl. That's it.
Yep. A guy wants someone to share his life with. I guarantee you that's almost what 90%, if not 100% of guys want. But at the same time, we have to
screw it up.
Yeah, we have to put up these guards and everything, because
Yeah.
so many women have screwed us over. Yep. And, ladies, a lot of us guys are reflections of what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to follow all these other women. Be unique. Be genuine. You don't have to follow. I don't know. You ladies, you can do what you want. It's a free world. But you, like he said, there is consequences to your actions. So, too many women think about right now. They don't think about the future. They don't think about 5 years, 10
They just think about how fast they can screw somebody over to get what they want and get somewhere faster. But then they all, you see this stuff on TV. They all end up they all end up as strippers, hookers, whore, all that. And it's just not a good life. They start making that money fast that way, but nobody wants to start from scratch. They just want the fast money.
Yep. And like I always say, fast money,
everything.
with fast money comes slow problems.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get problems eventually. You might not have it right now, but you're eventually gonna have issues. And, they don't think about that.
But no, Dee's right, man. Most of, like you said, 90, 95, maybe even more percent of guys out there do want just a good, genuine woman.
Yeah.
To spend their time with, to have a good time with, to do things with, and just have a good time. But the problem is too, then the bad ones take advantage of that and screw it up for everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. And to play devil's advocate,
you'll have to watch out for the red flags that we've talked about.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And to play devil's advocate real quick on that, there are
some
women that have been good women and been screwed over by some of these guys. But like we say, you don't have to bring that into your next relationship.
Right.
That next guy didn't do what the last three guys did to you.
Right.
So, it works both ways.
And I think that's what happens a lot is a lot of girls bring in their last relationship.
Yeah.
More than likely it was probably bad because they're not with them anymore.
Right.
But bring in and automatically think, oh my God, I'm just closing all my doors. I'm putting up every wall I have, and I'm just going to make this guy wait and wait and wait and see what happens and see how it goes. Not a good choice. Right. I mean, there's no problem with, taking it slow and, spending a few months hanging out and talking, doing whatever. But 6 months, a year, 2 years. Like I said, guys, don't waste your time. If it's gone that long and if nothing's happened, if that's what you're looking for, whether it's a relationship or whether it's just to find a cool chick to hang out with and have a good time with.
Yeah.
If it's gone that long and nothing is progressing in any way,
right.
Bail and run.
And that's why that's on that list. Red flag if she's talking about her ex a lot.
Yeah.
It's simply because of that.
Well, you don't even have to talk to her. They could talk about their ex one time.
Yeah.
But if nothing's happening when they told you that story about their ex,
right?
And if it was a bad ex,
right,
you're gonna know that it's taking a year and 2 years, and nothing's went anywhere. They're still thinking about their ex,
right?
And if not their ex, maybe something they didn't tell you, so they're dragging it on and bringing it into the relationship, putting it on you.
Yeah. If you have past trauma from a past relationship, like I said, this goes for guys and girls, not so much guys, because us guys, we kind of just have to, swallow the pill and move on with life. But a lot of women will carry that over. And I think a lot of women, if they have traumas like that, they should get help, get therapy, before you decide to move on to another relationship and push that stuff on to the next guy. Because like we said, he might be a good guy, and now you're just ruining him. And he's going to go over to a next girl, and he might bring his trauma now, and it's a continuous cycle. So,
or you're going to lose a good guy.
Yeah, she's going to lose a good guy. Absolutely. And we've said before, a lot of women are asking now, where are the good guys? Where are the good guys at? You already had them.
Yeah, you had them. You don't take the time to figure it out, or you've strung them along too long,
right?
To get to know, to really get to know them and do something with them. You've already went through that,
right? And men, some men take this wrong. Men, none of us are out here saying that you should hate women or detest women.
No,
not at all. But you should just, put up your guard. Look for red flags. They're just indicators. that, you know what, hey, I better wait on this. I better kind of probe and see if she's going to be a good match for me, and make sure that she's not going to take half your shit if you get married.
Well, I mean, I think that's a given, whether she's good, bad, or otherwise. I think that's just an inevitable thing that they do because shit went awry and they're like going to try and screw you over anyway. I don't think there's a good enough woman out there that would say if she got divorced, she would leave with her shit and leave you with your shit. I don't think there's a woman out there that would do that without taking half of what you got.
From looking at the stats, you're right. There is not that many. If you look at the divorces and what goes on with them, the majority of women, I haven't seen. It's probably a very minuscule number of women that, you know, because a lot of states have no fault divorce. So it don't matter. She could bang your friend in front of you and you could have it recorded. She's still going to take half your shit. But, you know, like we said, well, I'm going to go ahead and close this out with this here. And then if you have any closing statements, so you go ahead. But like we said here, these are indicators. It may not be every single woman, but these are good indicators to look out for, to be able to help you gentlemen see if she's going to be somebody that's just going to waste your time, or if she's somebody that you should put on, you know, as friends with benefits, or if you should take it, you know, longer and, you know, do long term. But it's just like a credit score or a background check. You know, you want to see where she rates, and humans have patterns. We all have patterns that we can follow, and people do repeated stuff. They actually, you know, people rarely change. There's actually a study I've seen, and I tell this people all the time. There's actually a study that says, however your mindset is at 17 years old is the same mindset you will carry on throughout life. So, you know, if you meet somebody at 17 and you don't like their personality, then it's not going to change. They might learn to hide things better, but they're still going to be that same person inside. So, you know, these red flags are just valuable insight for you gentlemen to kind of, you know, find out how she's going to treat you and if she's going to be long-term or a side chick. So,
and ladies, you keep asking, where are the good guys? Like Dee said, where are the good guys? Stop being a fool. Stop bringing your baggage. If you find somebody you're hanging out with, give it a chance and move forward. But you keep asking where the good guys are, but you're stringing guys along and they're not waiting for you. They're not waiting 6 months to a year. So you're losing them. That's where they're at. You're losing them. So
that's right. And to go off of that, ladies that, you know, we've probably got maybe 2 ladies that actually watch our show and don't think we're misogynist, but you 2 ladies that are watching our show, we've talked to a bunch of guys now, and we know what a lot of these guys want. We've interviewed a bunch of people. So if you ladies are, you know, kind of questioning what a guy wants or what you can do or say to maybe find that right guy, email us, jump on the show. We'd be more than happy to talk to you about it and, you know, kind of steer you in the right direction. And of course, men, always for you, if you got questions or anything and you want to jump on, email us, and we'd be more than happy to help you as well. So,
and we'll even get you on the show. We can get some people on the show and get some questions answered and asked. You know, we'd be more than happy to help you every way we can.
Absolutely. Yeah. We got a bunch of stuff coming up, and like you said, if anyone needs help, definitely get a hold of us, and we'd be more than happy to talk with you and get you on the show. If you got some stories, we'd be happy to listen to them as well. And if you have some red flags, males or females, if you have some red flags that we didn't touch on, drop them below in the comments, shoot us an email. We definitely want to hear from you if we missed something, 100%. So you got anything you want to close out with?
No, just gentlemen, be careful out there, and don't let yourself be taken advantage of. And girls, we're out there. You just got to give it a chance and leave the baggage at home.
That's right. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. We're going to close this out. Remember to like, subscribe, Toxic Sarcasm Podcast, and we'll see you guys again.